Hi guys, it's me again, Hever Samson, your gwapong teacher. And for today's discussion, I will be discussing you the discrete probability distribution. Discrete probability distribution. So when we say discrete probability distribution, it is all about listing of all possible values of a discrete random variable along with their corresponding probabilities. So it means that it is about ililista natin yung mga possible values na lalabas dun sa discrete random variable natin. So, let's look at this first example, figure number 1. So, this is a spinner. So, assuming na ito yung spinner natin, pinapaikot natin, and then this is divided into 4 sections na merong numbers 1, 2, 3, and then another 1. So, in listing the possible values, let's say that we have the x, yung x natin is yung kung ano-ano yung numbers dito, kung ano-ano yung pwedeng lumabas. For example, yung spin natin, ano yung, saan tatapat yung point, gano'n. So, P of x, ito yung probability natin. Ito yung possible, ito yung ito yung sa probability natin. So for example, ano-ano yung x natin, ano-ano yung laman ng spinner na yan. So we have 1. So kahit na 10 yung yan, kahit 2 yan, kahit 3 yan, 1 pa rin yan. So lagay natin dyan 1. We also have 2. We also have 3. So we have 1, 2, and then 3. So, assuming na pinaikot natin yan, ilang beses sa tingin ninyo pwedeng lumabas yung 1? Ilang beses, gano'ng kalaki yung chance na lalabas yung 1? So, remember, ilan ba yung possible values? So, we have 4. So, 4 yung pwedeng pagtapatan nung point natin, and we have 2 1s. Meron tayong 2 1 dyan. So, this means that since we have 4 possible values, lagay natin yung 4 as a denominator, and ilan yung 1 dito. So, we have 2. And then, ganoon din sa 2, ilan ang possible values natin? So, the possible values, ang possible values ay, of course, 4 pa rin, dahil 4 naman yan. And ilan ang 2? So, we only have 1. Ganoon din dito. Ilan ang 3 out of ilan? So we have 1 over 4. So merong isang 3 out of 4. Merong isang 2 out of 4. And then we have 2 1s out of 4. So again, for the values or ang ilalagay natin sa x is kung ano-ano ba yung laman nitong spinner na to. So despite kung ilan yung 1 natin dyan, bibilangin natin yan as 1 pa din. Kasi nga, ang tinitingnan natin dyan, ano-ano ba? Ano-ano. Hindi tinatanong dyan kung ilan. So, nasusundan ba? So now, let's discuss further the discrete probability distribution. So now, let us study further the discrete probability distribution. The following properties must be satisfied before a distribution can be considered a discrete probability distribution. So we have two properties. We have two properties para masabi natin that the given distribution is a discrete probability distribution. Para masabi natin discrete probability distribution to. The first property is that the probability of each value, yung probability ng bawat value of a discrete random variable is between 0 and 1. So, the probability is greater than or equal to 0 but less than or equal to 0. Kailangan in between 0 and 1. So, 1.5, 1.4, 1/4, 1/2. So, yun dapat yung probability ng bawat value. And the second one is that the sum of all the probabilities is 1. So kapag pinag-add natin lahat ng probabilities, yung sa P of x natin, that should be equal to 1. So kapag nasatisfy yung dalawang properties na yan, then the given probability is a discrete probability distribution. So let's have some examples para mas masundan at mas maintindihan. So now let's have some examples. The first example is yung spinner natin kanina. Spinner natin wherein meron tayong 1, dalawang 1, we have 2, and then we also have 3. So now, since we have constructed the table naman kanina wherein sa x natin we have 1, 2, and then 3. And then for the probabilities natin, we have 2/4, 1/4, and 1/4. We just need to tignan yung properties kung masasatisfy ba yung dalawang property. Kailangan dalawang property yung masasatisfy, hindi pwedeng isa lang. Kapag isa lang, then hindi ito considered as discrete probability distribution. So for the first property, kailangan yung probability natin ay mas malaki or equal sa 0 pero mas maliit sa 1. Kailangan mas malaki sa 0 pero mas maliit sa 1. So, let's check. 2/4. The first probability is 2/4. Yung 2/4 ba mas malaki sa 0? Yes, of course. Yung 2/4 ba mas maliit sa 1? Of course, yes din. Paano natin malalaman or ma-recognize by mere looking kung yung given fraction is lesser than 1, mas maliit sa 1? It is kapag yung fraction natin ay proper fraction. Kapag proper fraction, pag sinabi natin proper fraction, it means that the numerator is lesser than the denominator. Kailangan mas maliit yung numerator kaysa sa denominator. Since 2/4, so mas maliit yung 2 kaysa sa may 4, then this is less than 1. Since yung 2/4 ay greater than 0 but less than 1, so check yan. So next is 1/4. 1/4 is greater than 0 but less than 1. Check din yan. And then another 1/4 greater than 0 but less than 1. Therefore, nasatisfy natin yung unang property. So we have satisfied the first property. So now, let's check the second property. The second property is, pag pinag-add daw natin yan, that should be equal to 1. So this is the summation of P of X. So what are the P of X? We have 2/4 plus, we have 1/4 plus another 1/4. Since they are similar fractions, copyahin na lang natin yung denominator and then ipag-add natin yung numerator. 2 plus 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 4. And what is 4/4? 4/4 is equal to 1. So, nasatisfy ulit natin yung second property. Since nasatisfy yung second property, then can we consider this table, this spinner, itong distribution na to as a discrete probability distribution? Yes, of course. Pwede natin siyang i-consider, or this is considered as a discrete probability distribution since nasatisfy natin yung dalawang properties. So now, let's have example number 2. Example number 2. So the first property, kailangan yung P of X natin, the probabilities should be greater than 0 but less than 1. 0.2 is greater than 0 but less than 1. 0.3 is also greater than 0 but less than 1. 0.3, another greater than 0 but less than 1, and then 0.2 greater than 0 but less than 1. Therefore, nasatisfy natin yung first property. So now, let's try to add lahat ng probabilities. If this is equal to 1, then also, example number 2 can be considered as a discrete probability distribution. So, the probabilities are 0.2, 0.3, 0.3, and another 0.2. 0.2 plus 0.3 plus 0.3 plus 0.2. So, i-add ninyo. That is equal to 1. Very good. So, the summation of the probabilities is equal to 1. Therefore, since nasatisfy ulit natin yung dalawang properties, therefore, this is considered as a discrete probability distribution. Naintindihan ba? Very good. Okay, let's have example number 3. So this will be our last example. So for the values of x, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for the probabilities, we have 1/10, 3/10, 1/10, 1/10, and 3/10. So again, kailangan mo satisfy yung two properties. So for the first property, kailangan yung probability natin should be greater than 0 but less than 1. The probability should be greater than or equal to 0 but less than 1. So yung 1 over 10 is a proper fraction, then this is greater than 0 but less than 1. 3 over 10, ganun din siya. Therefore, greater than 0 but less than 1. 1 over 10 is also greater than 0 but less than 1. And then 3 over 10, greater than 0 but less than 1. Therefore, the first property, na-check natin yan. So, tama yung first property. So now, let's proceed with the second property. For the second property, kailangan yung sum nila, pag pinag-add natin, should be equal to 1. So, the summation of P of X should be equal to 1. So now, let's check. We have 1 over 10 plus 3 over 10 plus 1 over 10, another 1 over 10, and we have 3 over 10. Again, since they are proper fractions, we just copy the denominator. So now we add the numerator. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4, plus 1 is equal to 5, plus 1 is equal to 6, and then plus 3 is equal to 9. So, the summation of the probabilities is equal to 9 over 10, and 9 over 10 is not equal to 1. Therefore, can we consider this as a discrete probability distribution? Very good. Hindi siya pwede ma-consider as discrete probability distribution kahit na sabihin natin na nasatisfy yung first property. Again, kailangan masatisfy yung dalawang property. Kailangan dalawa. Hindi pwedeng isa lang. So, since hindi nasatisfy yung second property, then this is not a discrete probability distribution. So, yun lang. So, di ba madali lang para malaman natin if the given distribution is a discrete probability distribution. So, remember we only have two properties. The first property, kailangan mas malaki sa 0 pero mas maliit sa 1. And the second property, kapag pinag-add natin yung probabilities, that should be equal to 1. So, kapag nasatisfy yung dalawa na yon, then the distribution is a discrete probability distribution. So, yun lang. Ang dali-dali naman nung inaaral natin, di ba? So, that's it for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. So, yun lang. See you sa next na videos ko. Bye!